Yeah, going to talk about Dominick Cruz and the Global Fight League. Just some short things. Won't be up here too long, but if you haven't done so, hit the subscribe button, like and share videos. Feel free to subscribe on YouTube, hitting that alarm button. Follow on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and Blue Sky. And yes, my second live video today, and I'm hoping that connection doesn't go out because it was going on back and forth. So if you connection goes, just be patient. It'll probably come back up in a second. So, but I'm just gonna briefly come up here. So anyway, I wanted to talk about the retirement of Dominick Cruz. I'm not sure if I even have talked about it yet, but if I haven't, I'm gonna talk about it now. If I have, you're gonna hear it again, I guess. But just a um, he retired from MMA. Uh, yeah, and he had a fight scheduled, but I believe his shoulder or whatever got hurt, and he decided to retire. And I don't blame him because now he's like 39, and yeah, but he just had an awesome career, right? He was a champion for a lot of years in WEC. I think that's where he had most of the defenses with that belt, and then he went to UFC. Was champion over there. Um, yeah, he fought great people like T.J. Dillashaw, Uriah Faber, um, Cody Garbrandt, Gabrin, whatever his name is. He fought him, lost the title to him. So yeah. So his age did catch up to him eventually. As a You're 39. I mean, he had a few years he was getting injured, and then he would come back. I remember he had like I think 4.5 years or something like that. It was a crazy amount of time. Um, and he fought T.J. Dillashaw, and he actually beat him for the title. They won by decision, which was amazing because, and I think that one he had two um hamstring injuries too on two legs, I believe. So that was impressive, like coming back and be able to win the belt. So I think I've read that he's gonna start a podcast. So if he does, I'm so watching because I think he does a great job breaking down fights. And um, yeah, he's obviously a UFC commentator and he breaks down fights and stuff. So he does an awesome job with that stuff. So I'd love to see him just have a podcast breaking down fights. Hello, Pat. How are you doing? Um, yeah, he breaks down fights really well as a commentator. I think one of the best ones out there, to be honest with you. So I like to see how his podcast would do. I think it'd be great for the MMA. That's the great thing, like about MMA. People retire. I am from New Jersey, Jersey Rob Ryan. Um, so yeah, I'm from New Jersey. If you haven't done so, guys, hit that alarm button and subscribe, like, and share videos. Um, so that, yeah, like I've said, that's the great thing about MMA fighters. A lot of times they become coaches, or they start podcasts. Like you got Daniel Cormier and Chael Sonnen, Good Guy, Bad Guy, which is probably my favorite podcast. I watched that. Kenny Florian, John Anik, Anik. Probably pronouncing it, but they have a podcast. I really enjoy that one. So like, um, you got the MMA hour. So just awesome podcast. And I mean, yeah. So MMA hour, obviously the guy never fought, but he has good interviews. And um, yeah. So like when people retire, fighters, um, they still can have a lot to offer the sport just because of their knowledge base and stuff. So, and they can share it to the public, educate the public, educate the MMA world, or even pass it on to other fighters and help make their dreams come true, which I think is really cool. So, um, oh, I'm going to talk about the Global Fight League. I just read this morning. I think it happened a couple days ago, but they canceled May 24th show and the May 25th show, and maybe have a later date. So I'm kind of disappointed because I really um, wanted to see how they would do. Right. I just hope it's not one of those things that they don't start at all and they go out of business. That would really stink. Just because I want to see how they do, you know. It'd be kind of nice to see somebody eventually challenge the UFC. So I was just so like I say this like just to have more fights and just have another league. I think that it's an old car, buddy. So anyway, uh, what was I saying? Oh, anyway, I'm not sure what car this is, but anyway, yes, this is just disappointing because like you want to see where another league like challenge the UFC a little bit, right? You just don't want to. I hate this. It was fun when you had like Pride with UFC, WEC, and then they all went out of business. So it's just fun having more things to watch, more fight shows and stuff. So very disappointing news that the Global Fight League probably has to reschedule for later this year. I don't know what happened. Um, but I wish Dominick Cruz well on his retirement, and I hope that he keeps being a commentator. And I'm kind of hoping that they start some podcasts, because I did read that, but I'm not sure how true that is and when that will happen. But yeah, please start a podcast, Dominic Cruz, if you're watching this. Jersey Rob Ryan MMA. I would love to hear what you have to say about the MMA world. But if you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button, like and share. You can follow on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Blue Sky for Jersey Rob Ryan, and subscribe on YouTube. And you can go to playlists and look at the other stuff I do. I do more than MMA, but yeah. So thank you guys, and I hope you have a great rest of the day.